Yeah, alright. I admit, that was horrible, but I don't have anything loaded into the system. Right now, you guys, I do have to say, I have a new work phone, which is allowing me to record with that instead of my personal. And I, like I said, have absolutely nothing loaded into the system. So if there's a telephone call, I gotta cut it short. So hopefully there isn't. But you're tuned in to the Blitz Morning Show. My name is Toby Brendel, and I will be your host for the next little bit. And I welcome you. If you're a new listener, congratulations for finding one of the best shows ever. No, I know, that was horrible. But anyway, let me first start off and say people will never learn. I don't know how to say this properly without sounding like a jerk-off. But last night, a little after 10 o'clock, it started raining. Yes, raining in November. Usually if it rains in November, you know it's going to be freezing, right? You know everything's going to get salted. Not salted. You know it's going to be bad. So anywho, it's just going to be absolutely awful, and we have already had 3 casualties on the highways in the last 24 hours. And basically it is because of the ice and people not knowing how to drive. I really don't understand. You have people who are always wanting to go out. If it's minus 40 with the blizzard, if it's minus 1 with freezing rain, they always have to find an excuse to head out, which I don't understand. A few years ago, there was a huge blizzard, and just to sum it up, I left my house, got to work, did a little bit, checked on a client, came out, boom, blizzard. Took me close to 40 minutes to drive 22 kilometers, and that was not fun. Still wasn't as bad as that one day when it took me an hour to drive 16. That was horrible. But anyhow, people were still, oh, how are the highways? I need to make it home. I need this. I need that. One person posted saying, oh, I need to go home and feed my cattle. Okay, first of all, your cattle are not stupid, and your cattle can survive 1 or 2 days without food. They're animals, they can find it. So just relax. What do you think our ancestors did when they couldn't get to the animals back in the day? They just left them. And they can defend for themselves. It's that simple. Another one person was trying to be a smartass and said, yeah, our health center, how to word it, our health, not community, not center, our health company, like nurses, doctors, things like that, they basically were told, apparently, that they had to come in no matter what or else they'll get fired. If you know anything about the healthcare system here in Saskatchewan, probably just like everywhere else, it's unionized. The unions are one of the most weirdest things, or the weirdest people that I have ever experienced, because they're all about safety, they're all about values and things like that. The post office actually has been on strike for a long time because they were demanding safer jobs, and they're saying that postal workers have one of the most dangerous jobs out there for injuries. It's like, oh, okay. But it brought me back to one of my particular clients. They had a sheet up saying, if it doesn't look safe, you have a right to refuse. So I posted that. I posted on this lady. I said, your union should realize if it's not safe for you to do a certain thing, you have a right to refuse, aka if the road conditions are worse to the point where you can't make it, you have a right to refuse the travel. And they have no right to fire you because you can't come into work. Your union should know that. Within a matter of 5 minutes, she deleted her post. So you know what that means? Beep, 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 beep. I was right. But it is true. If the road conditions are bad and you can't make it, just basically say, I'm not jeopardizing my life to come in. And if they fire you, great, you have a case against them. Anyway, back to the story. So I was basically posting everywhere, don't go out, the roads are horrible, you can't see diddly squat, it's not worth it, whatever. Well, apparently most people decided to get out there and drive. The result, for 3 days, there was a massive blizzard, and almost for 1.5 to 2 days, there was people stranded on the side of the highway. There was like a 25-car lineup at one section on my highway. The girlfriend's son-in-law was stranded on another section for like about a day. He eventually said screw it, and he finally made his way back. But yeah, it's just been one of those times where people don't listen. I'm not trying to disrespect them, but life is too important to, risk it. Just stay at home. If you have to be at a certain spot, either take more time, keep your vehicle updated, and put on proper tires, things in the back, just little things. But now, I'm on the highway, and I'm traveling, and so far everything is looking great. The road is smooth. The road is clear. It's wet, but it's not icy. And that's all that matters. Geekity, geekity. Go. Oh my god, this is so awesome. Anyway. I wish I had sound effects. I guess I do have a little bit of sound effects, but nothing too great. Nothing that I would actually use. What the frickety fruck? Alright, alright, you guys. Are you telling everybody about our show? Are you sharing, liking, telling people, your friends, your family, your coworkers? I think you are, and I appreciate it dearly. Talk about tangent. I basically picked one thing. Oh, okay. I don't want to... Okay, this doesn't have to deal with sports, but it has a connection. But I want your guys' opinion. Head over to Facebook, like our page, and give me your point of view. So this past Sunday was the CFL's Grey Cup, which is like the Super Bowl, but for the Pee Wee League. Oh, that's another one. That was fine. There's some singer I've never heard of, which I'm not really into the scene of today's music. Alright? But I was scrolling through Facebook and I noticed that the halftime show, who's like 20 to 22-year-old female is taking a break off of social media because of all the hatred that she's getting. The horrible thing is somebody who's famous, who is a singer, who does this for a living, she's there for a reason. Or he. Or they. They know what they're doing, she or he. But it's so horrible that people will sit behind a screen and say, worst halftime show ever. And that's what one person did. And they were basically saying these millennials don't know how to take criticism. They shouldn't even be up there. It was a horrible show. So I commented and said, I'll just sit back here and wait for your halftime show and see if it's better. And after that, people were liking it, loving it. Then even the people who was posting was ripping this person. But she's not the first one who has done this. The amount of criticism that these stars are taking are just unbelievable. Like back in the day, in the 90s, we didn't have Twitter or Facebook or MySpace or High Five or anything like that. It was basically newspapers or magazines. If you were subscribed to a magazine, you would wait once a month, you'd open it up, and there'd be some writer who would post a review on a CD saying it sucks, it was good, it was this, it was that. People would probably write in and say, I hated this, I love this. But now, when you're connected with billions of people, anything can go viral, including criticism. I wish people would realize a little bit that you say that millennials are too sensitive. Well, you just got to take a look at where they're living too, though. You have, back in the day, you have school, then you have after school, you have one or two people basically like criticizing you, pushing you, bullying you, etc., etc. Now, you have a hell of a lot more connections. You have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have emails, text messages. Like, the criticism is just absolutely mind-boggling. They're not sensitive. They're just getting bombarded with different criticisms that just absolutely sucks. I feel sorry for these people. I feel sorry for my kids. What do you do? Like, it's to the point where you just have to throw your arms in the air and say, you know, screw this. Like, frickety fruck. All right, let's kind of tune out of the criticisms and the negativities and everything like that, and why not go positive? Because if you want, another thing I can do is basically start talking about more negatives, like the car plant in Southern Ontario is getting shut down, and 4 GM plants are also getting shut down in the States. Like, oh, come on, dude. My windshield, god dang it. So, yeah, it's just whatever is whatever. Oh, haha, oh, ha, oh, all right. I'm reading more and more reviews about the Sony PlayStation 1 re-release with 20 games. And let me tell you one thing. Oh, is it getting hammered? My God. If you're not actually following it, Sony is releasing PlayStation Classic, which has 20 classic games up for release. Everybody was pumped about it, including me. But when it came down to it, one of the biggest downfalls to this particular system was a bunch of their games that they picked. There are so many games on it that people are saying that's not one of the greatest. That's not one of the greatest. No, hell no, that's not even the greatest. And it was kind of blowing me away on some of the picks that they picked. I think I would have played like 2 or 3, maybe 4 at max. But otherwise, the rest of them are absolute garbage. Okay, I got a chore for you guys. Head over to Facebook. Tell me what your 20 top PlayStation games would have been to put on the PlayStation Classic. I don't have everything off the top of my head, alright? But I'm going to give it a whirl. And I know I'm not going to get 20, but I'm going to get pretty damn close to 10. Alright, Tekken 3 is a must. Gran Turismo 1 is a must. I'm not going to say Gran Turismo 2 for the simple fact that was a 2-discer and it would never fit. And plus, besides, Gran Turismo 1 was such a better game. NHL 99. You have to throw a baseball game in there. Basketball, at least. Hell, you got to throw in a Madden game. Final Fantasy 7, I think, was the good one. What else? Sledstorm. Crash Bandicoot. I don't care if it was like, say, Crash Bandicoot Warp or Crash Team Racing, which, yes. Crash Bash, yes. Call of Duty, no, not Call of Duty. Medal of Honor, that's a must. That was frickin' insane and absolutely fun. The one that they should have never added, personally, was Tom Clancy Rainbow Six. It was one of those games that they tried forcing you to do too much with it. Oh, that was weird. What I mean is, instead of being one person, you were the whole entire team. So, of course, you would set up here, you would set up there, and you would set up there. Then you would storm in, which to me wasn't fun. If you wanted fun, it was basically you tell the people to go, then you're your own person. So you would be the leader. It has so many opportunities, but Sony's blowing it with some of these freaking games that were absolutely horrible. Grand Theft Auto's got to be a must. Even though it was the top view, the concept of it, and it was absolutely fun. Alright guys, I think that's basically about it. I'm going to let you guys go. You're probably getting bored, or you probably tuned out already. If you made it this far, I applaud you. Thank you for the support. You're awesome. But until then, my name is Toby Brendel. I'm the host. If you want to get a hold of me, you can also email me at blitzmorningshow@gmail.com. You can tweet me at coffeeman_radio, or if you head over to the Facebook, send us a message. There's tons of ways of getting a hold of us, but tell me your 20 top games that you would put on the PlayStation Classic. You may never know. There's other games out there, even systems, that you could do top 20. So if you just don't want to do PlayStation, why not do PlayStation 2, the regular Xbox, Nintendo? What's your guys' version? Let's hear it. The best one that I think is awesome will be basically shared with everybody else via podcast or via show. So I will talk to you then. Hopefully you guys stay warm, stay safe, and just remember, life's short, ride hard.